Selamat datang to Kuala Lumpur, the food gem of Southeast Asia. This is not only a melting pot of cultures and traditions, it is also one of the most endeared and must-go destinations for foodies from all around the globe. Kuala Lumpur is a diverse, multicultural and exciting place, and this is definitely reflected in the city's vibrant food scene. So drop by to any recommended hotspots, try out some of the palatable local cuisines, shop until you drop, and have a blast at one of the buzzing nightclubs. Get the best experiences through its rich variety of restaurants, street and hawker food. So please, make yourself at home, go on a food adventure and let KL amaze your taste buds. Selamat menjamu selera and make it a memorable one. So Kuala Lumpur's trains are a traveler's best friend, and that is due to its infamous traffic. But not only is it convenient, you can also look at compelling neighborhoods, beautiful buildings through the trains off the train seats. Right now, we're actually at KL Central Station, which is the largest train station in Southeast Asia. And that's for a good reason, because there's actually 6 rail systems linked to this station, and not only that, it also connects suburban, urban, industrial, commercial areas all together. There's the KTM commuter. Number 2, there's KTM Intercity. Number 3, there's the LRT with the new Kelana Jaya line. Number 4, there is the monorail. Number 5, KLIA Express. And number 6, KLIA Transit. So both the KLIA trains are directly from KLIA, the airport. Don't be too intimidated when you come here because the rail system might be a bit overwhelming, but it's actually surprisingly cheap and easy to navigate. So there's 2 ways you can use this train station, and number 1, it is to get the RFID blue tokens. So how you do that is by lining up at the ticket counter or ticket machine, and they'll give you a blue token. So this blue token just needs to be tapped at this turnstile and you can enter and go out of the station. But personally, I would recommend going cashless by using the touch and go. Why? Because during peak hours, there's a lot of people lining up and you don't really want to be stuck in line. So you can get these touch and go cards in convenience stores or retail stores really easily, and you can top up anytime. Typically, these cards cost us around 20 ringgit and there will be a credit of 10 ringgit. So all you have to do is top out, tap and go. So this is the LRT Laluan Kelana Jaya. We're heading here, Pasar Seni, and then you just click tunai, meaning you're giving cash, and that's it, 1 ringgit 30 cents. Coming down from LRT Pasar Seni, on the left, we have Petaling Street, our Malaysia's very own original Chinatown. So if you head over there, you have a lot of different varieties of food. There's things to buy, cheap things to buy. There's good smells, maybe some bad smells, just go check it out. Go with an empty stomach and an adventurous spirit because there's a lot of things to see. Right now, we're about to have breakfast at Kopi Lai Fong, and we're going to show you what a traditional Malaysian breakfast looks like. Okay, so my breakfast's finally here. This is all the things I've ordered. There's the coffee, there's the toast, roti bakar otherwise, and there's my egg. As a fellow Malaysian myself, this is something I eat very common. The inside of this bread actually has something called kaya, which is a mixture of pandan as well as kaya itself, coconut and pandan to make kaya. So you can eat it on its own, but sometimes people would actually dip this into the bread, into the eggs. Everything is up to you because in the end you're enjoying the food, so however you want to eat it, it's up to you. And we're here at our first stop, Bun Chun Egg Tart. So egg tart is basically a kind of, I would say, a snack or dessert. It's egg tart in the middle, egg custard filling, and there's crust outside. So this place has been around for approximately 100 years, and they're famous for their egg tarts, obviously. But they also sell things like cookies, pineapple cookies, and they have 3 different types of egg tart. There's green tea, there's a traditional one, and there's a sesame one. This is really good. The outside of the crust is really crispy. Imagine caramel, a caramel spread, but like mixed with egg, custard, you know? It's a bit hard to explain to you guys how it tastes like exactly, but this isn't too sweet, so it's perfect. I think the main thing about this shop is that their egg tarts aren't too sweet, and I think the winner for me is that it has a really nice crust. My personal favorite is the choco one. The green tea, I'm not such a big fan of green tea myself, so I guess it's subjective, but if you really love green tea, you can come over and try. The green tea is really strong. So that's it for these 3 egg tarts. I'll see you at the next stop. Bye! So we had our fair share of egg tarts. Now we're finally at a place to visit a temple, and it's an Indian temple called the Sri Maha Mariamman temple. So this temple has been around for approximately 150 years, and it's one of the oldest and wealthiest temples in Malaysia. Okay, so there's 3 main focal points to this temple that you should watch out for. Number 1, the structure of the temple is known to be shaped like a body. Number 2, there's actually a total of 7 shrines inside of the temple that's decorated beautifully with murals as well as frescoes. So these shrines are actually dedicated to Lord Ganesha and Lord Muruga. So the last focal point is a giant silver chariot. And in conjunction to Thaipusam, they would actually carry Lord Muruga on the silver chariot all the way to Batu Caves. So can you imagine, from this place to Batu Caves, it's pretty far. So that's the 3 points of this temple. We're allowed to go in, so let's go check it out. So we had our Indian temple, now we're at a Chinese temple, and this temple is called Xian Si Si Ye Temple, or in English, Xin Zi Zia. So you can actually see from right there, there's a sign. And this temple has been around since the 80s, and it's actually founded by one of the founding fathers of Kuala Lumpur, Yap Aloy. So Mr. Yap Aloy was believed to be guided by the oracles of this temple, and that's the reason why he built this temple. So this temple is actually located in a little bit of a peculiar area. It's in like a smaller alley, but that is because it is believed that this temple was built on feng shui. So I think perhaps the feng shui is good here. So let's go check it out right now. Seen our temples, and now it's finally lunchtime. So right now we're actually back in front of the Pasar Seni LRT, and we're gonna have a traditional Indian food, which is banana leaf, and there'll be a little surprise. It's a special thosai coming. Let me just introduce to you what it is first before I even forget, because there's so much food in front of me. Okay, first you have the banana leaf rice. just ordinary banana leaf. There's vegetables and tofu, rice, and there's soup, and this is what they call moru, and it's buttermilk. We have a green thosai. This was a special surprise I was talking about, and it's called the family signature thosai. Apparently it's been passed down by their family, and it's humongously long. Like, okay, this is my arm. It's twice, basically. It's two of my arms. I'm gonna try the rice and the curry first. The curry is very sweet. It's not that spicy. It has a kind of nutty, starchy aftertaste. So we're moving on to this, and this is the green thosai I was talking about. It's a bit crispy. It's a bit minty as well. Let's try it with the curry sauces. The first one, the white one. Although it's white, it definitely has a small kick to it. And there's a lot of herbs in it. It tastes really herbal. There's a lot of fragrance in this one. It's more spicier, and it goes really well with the mint. And poof, another thosai disappeared. So we're gonna try this big baby right here. And I've mentioned before, this is a signature of this shop. The difference is the thosai has a more plain taste, while the other one is more distinct. And I realize it's a bit crispier, maybe because of its shape. This thosai seems to be a bit more crispier. I tried something new, something special, two special things actually. So, anybody feel like shopping? Because I do. So I'll see you at the next stop. Let's go for some little bit of shopping. Now we're at Central Market. It's really hot. I would recommend you to bring an umbrella with you, or at least a cap. So back to Central Market. Central Market, just like Sindia Temple, was founded by one of our founding fathers of Kuala Lumpur, Yap Aloy. And this place has been around since 1888. Yeah, 1888. So Central Market actually stands for Pasar Serni, which basically just translates to Central Market. Okay, so there's a lot of things to see here. It used to be a wet market with fresh produce, but right now they sell things like souvenirs, batik, a lot of stuff. You can just go in and have a look. Apart from that, there's actually a new part in Central Market called Central Market Annex 3D. So this place was opened in 2007, and it's more of a exhibition area where there's shows, talks, singers, live bands. So let's go check it out. I want to look at some batik and do some shopping. See you guys. We are actually at Dataran Merdeka, otherwise known as the Merdeka Square, and this is actually really important to Malaysia because on the 31st of August in 1957, Malaysia was announced to be independent here, and this was actually the first place where the Union flag was lowered and the Malayan flag was raised. Okay, so there's a few places you can look around here. There's a lot of highlights that you can check out. I'm just gonna go through them so you can keep an eye out and take a few pictures, post it on Facebook, on Instagram, you know, you do your thing. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is actually a flagpole, and I think you can see behind me a very tall flagpole. And this flagpole is actually the 6th tallest flagpole in the whole world. It was actually the tallest one on the day of the election. However, it's the 6th now, but that's still quite a feat if you ask me. Okay, a second thing you can see is there's this thing called the Victoria Falls, which is a very beautiful waterfall. It's just really nice architect, you know, you can take a picture and all that. Another place that you can go to is actually the Mary St. Cathedral. And that is the first brick Anglican church in Malaysia. And what's so special about this place is that organ that's actually inside of the building, and it's one of the rare churches that actually have an organ. Another building that I'm going to talk about is the Sultan Abdul Samad building. And this building is again a heritage building. You can just look at it, take some pictures, whatnot. And then another building, there's so many buildings. In addition, there's the Royal Selangor Club. It's one of the most oldest and prestigious clubs, and it was used to be known as the Spotted Dog Club. Okay, there's one more, which is the former High Court building. And this High Court building, again, is just heritage site. There's nothing much exactly, but if you love architecture, you love taking pictures, that's the way to go. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is Panggung Bandaraya, which is the National Theatre. It's actually the oldest theatre inside of Kuala Lumpur, and it's one of the biggest as well. And right now, this theatre is showcasing MUD, which is the story of Kuala Lumpur. It's open daily, so whenever you're free, go check it out, give some cultural insights, you know. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you in a bit. Bye guys! So there was an Indian temple as well as a Chinese temple. We even talked about a church. So it's only fair we talk about a mosque now. So right now we're in front of Masjid Jamek, which was built in 1909, a very long time ago. It is actually one of the biggest mosques in Kuala Lumpur, and it was actually the first Malay burial ground. It was the main mosque that was used until the National Mosque was built a few years later. So there's two things you can see, no, one thing exactly, but there's two names for it. So there's the River of Life blue pool here that you can go and have a look. It's best for you to view it at night as it's not as hot and it's much more prettier at night. So we're done looking at Masjid Jamek, and right in front of the mosque is the Masjid Jamek LRT. Pretty easy to find, right? So it's really convenient because you can go to a lot of places through this LRT, as it is the interchange for both the Ampang line as well as the Kelana Jaya line. So I'm gonna go and do it with my touch and go card this time. So let's go. Finally, drumroll at Kampung Baru. So I don't know if you guys can see it earlier, but we can see the Petronas Twin Towers from where we're standing right now. And just a little background info on Kampung Baru. Kampung Baru actually literally translates to new village, and this village was made to accommodate the rising Malay farmers back then. So due to this, this kampung has retained a lot of its culture and history inside. So there's a lot of food to look for, a lot of different things to see. So let's go check it out. My tummy is hungry for some nasi lemak. So 5 minutes off Kampung Baru LRT, we're here at Nasi Lemak Wanjo. This place has been around since the 1960s, so it's supposed to be really famous. It's actually one of the top 10 nasi lemak in KL. Here I go. Let me just introduce to you what is on my plate. First of all, they give you the base of rice, which is cooked in pandan. You can visibly see the pandan leaves as she scooped the rice out for me. And then there's the sambal, there's the fried anchovies, otherwise known as ikan bilis. That's timun, cucumbers. And what they're famous here is actually for their fried chicken with their nasi lemak. So we got one drumstick here. And for the sake of eating, I chose some kerang, which is cockles. I'm just gonna use my hands. This is a drumstick. So I'm gonna bite into the juiciest part and see how it tastes like. Look at that. It's really the skin. I don't know what seasoning they use, but it is good. One slightly sad part is that it's a bit on the oily side, if you can tell. But if you don't mind a bit of oily and you just want to eat, you don't really care about that, this is great. I'm gonna continue my meal. Thanks for watching, and soon you'll see us in a new destination. So keep on watching. Bye guys. We're going to see a modern building since the whole day we've been looking at heritage sites. So our next stop is actually KLCC and we're back at Kampung Baru. It's just one stop away. So I'm just gonna use my trusty touch and go card and we're ready to go. Finally at a modern building, KLCC or Petronas Twin Towers. So starting with the Petronas Twin Towers, it's actually 452 meters tall. So it's really tall, maybe a million of me. And there's a total of 88 floors. However, only 86 floors are open to the public. And because of that, they have because it's called Twin Tower, right? They actually have a sky bridge connecting the 41st and 42nd floor. So it's actually a double-decker twin tower and it is breathtaking because the floor is legitimately glass. It's transparent. So if you have a weak heart and you're afraid of heights, brace yourselves. So apart from that, we also have aquariums here and the aquariums are open to the public as well. Of course, you'd have to buy some tickets. It has over 5,000 animal species, aquatic animal species, and it also has, okay, this is my favorite part. It also has a water tunnel where you can see like giant stingrays and sharks floating above you. It's a really special phenomenon. For both these places, you can purchase tickets at their relative places. For the Sky Bridge, you can get it on the Concord floor and it's open 8:30 in the morning. Of course, you can buy the tickets earlier because there's a long queue and come back again in a few consecutive days. Apart from those two, there's also things like PetroSign, which is an interactive art museum, as well as a Philharmonic theater, as well as a gallery. So, you can spend a whole day here and you'll never be out of things to do. You can shop, you can eat, you can look around. So, yeah, you guys should go check it out. I'm going to teach you guys how to go to Jalan Alor, which is a night market, through the LRT. So first we're going to stop at Dangwangi station and then we have to interchange with the monorail to get to Bukit Bintang. As I've mentioned earlier, we had to interchange from the Dangwangi LRT station to the Bukit Bintang station. And on the way, there is actually a Kuala Lumpur Forest Eco Park. So this forest has renamed to KL Forest Eco Park. This is one of the oldest permanent tropical forest reserve in the heart of the city. Although this mini forest has long suffered random loggings and so on and so forth, it still boasted some trees that appear to be several hundred years old. So if you guys are free and you love nature, you should definitely check this place out. We finally stopped at the Bukit Bintang monorail and we are right now standing in the middle of a ton of shopping mall. There's the Sungai Wang Plaza, there's Lot 10, there's Fahrenheit Pavilion, Star Hill Gallery. I can go on and on, okay? But after shopping, sightseeing, and all those things that we've done today, like eating, which requires a lot of energy, we need to fuel ourselves even more. So where we're heading is actually called Jalan Alor, which is a street full of hawker stalls. It smells amazing, So we're just gonna head there, look at the tourists, look at the locals, look at the food, which is the most important part. And it's actually just right across the street, about maybe 50 to 100 meters away. So let's go check it out. I'm here with my most long-awaited durian. Durian is a kind of fruit. It is known as the king of fruits because of how strong it smells. And if you can see right here, it's covered with spikes. So this is a dangerous fruit. I have some gloves on so that my fingers will smell for the rest of the day. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm having right now. So this durian is called D24, whereas this durian is called Musang King. So Musang King is known as to be the best of the best durian species. I'm not too sure why yet because I have not tried it. The texture is really custardy, and taste-wise, okay, for this specific durian, it is sweet at first. It has a bit of a bitter end, but I wouldn't call it bitter. It's like when you drink wine, it has this aftertaste, you get what I mean? But it's not a bad aftertaste, it's just an aftertaste. Look at how big it is compared to this. Can we just look at the size? One of this is two of these. Okay, so the uncle was right. Once you eat this, you won't go back to this. The uncle was right. This is 100 times sweeter, 100 times richer. It has a lot of flesh. You see, for this one, you take one bite and you can see the seed. I took a huge gulp and it's still softer as well. So this is actually very sad. It's my last meal for the travelogue in Kuala Lumpur. And at the same time, this is really overwhelming. There's like 6 dishes right in front of me right now. This restaurant is actually a mixture of small hawker stores to make it into this big mumbo jumbo feast fit for a king. Superior, soup, and lala clams. Another seafood with shells, but this is not lala clams. Instead, this is cockles, and this is cockles cooked in kam hyong. Right here, we have stingray, grilled stingray, with a side of lime and some chili sauce. And then here, we have ojian, which is oyster omelette. Last but not least, we have Hokkien mee. The last one, not the least, but the very last one, is this barbecue fried chicken wing. Have a lot of Malaysian food all at the same time, and you don't want to go one place like one by another, drop by in Jalan Alor, walk around. You don't necessarily have to go into this restaurant. There's a ton of it. The whole stretch is full of restaurants, but this is the one we ended up in. So I will see you guys later because the night is still young. Since we are at Bukit Bintang, there's a lot of reflexology centers dotted all around this area, both in the shopping complexes as well as the streets. So it is extremely easy to just pop in for a quick treatment. So if you have the time, drop by, get yourself a massage. The night is still young. Hey guys, it's the end of the night. Whether you went for a massage like I recommended or you came straight from eating, because if you do, kudos to you. But I'm done with my massage now, and we are finally in the busy, buzzing streets of alcoholics, Jangkat. So this whole stretch of road right here is just bars, from chill bars to upbeat bars to chic bars to really old heritage bars. Up to you, is your choice. There's even reggae bars and clubs if that's what you wish to do. Hey guys, so we've reached the end of the night. For channel purposes, I am not gonna drink in front of you guys and get drunk, okay? So I've had my drinks, it's late, everything is shining right now, and I'm gonna go back soon. So I really want to thank all of you who stayed with us from the first episode until the end. I really appreciate it. If you want more travel vlogs like this, please leave a like, leave a comment, share our channel, share our videos, and yeah. So till next time, I'm your host Nelly, and goodbye!